Hello friends, I welcome you all to this session. So today we will be continuing with our series, that is we were doing VSAQs for intermediate exam. We have already covered the chapters of complex numbers and also the chapter of De Moivre's theorem. So today we will be dealing with the chapter of quadratic expression. One thing you must understand that all these chapters, complex numbers, De Moivre's theorem, and be it quadratic expressions, and the next chapter which is coming, that is theory of expressions, they are all interconnected. Okay, having a very good conceptual clarity will not just help you in intermediate exam but also in the upcoming MCET exam, which is going to be followed after your intermediate exam. So today we will deal with the chapter of quadratic expressions. We will be dealing with very short answer questions. So first you must know the weightage of this chapter. Like I always say, first thing is weightage. So this chapter is carrying 6 marks in your IPE exam, that is intermediate exam. So one is very VSAQ, another one is short answer question. So this is 2 marks and this is 4 marks. Like I always say, you have to know why we are studying some chapter or any chapter. So you can look at this figure and try to understand that why we need to study quadratic expression. But we will deal in detail when we start the MCET classes from next week, where we go chapter wise and deal with the concepts and also do the PYQs of each chapter of MCET mathematics. I will tell you in detail about each chapter, why we need to study that chapter, okay, what is the real life applications when we do the MCET classes. Today I am going to tell you in brief what is the need of quadratic expression. Suppose this is a rectangular garden, okay, one of this side, okay, suppose length is x plus 8 meters and another side is x meters, okay, this total area is 308 meters. Suppose you want to find the breadth or total length in exact meters or in exact length and exact breadth. That time what you will do is, area of rectangle is what? Length into breadth, right? Length into breadth. So this will become what, friends? X plus 8 into x is equal to, area is given as 308 meters. So if you multiply, you will get x square plus 8x is equal to 308, x square plus 8x minus 308 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. So if you have to get the value of x, you have to solve this quadratic equation. This is the real life application of quadratic equation. This I have told you in brief. We will deal it in detail when we go for MCET classes. Now, having told about the real life applications in brief, let us also revisit the concepts of quadratic expression briefly. We know that this is Sridhar's formula, that is ax. Suppose equation of quadratic expression is given as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then x is given by minus b plus or minus b square minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay, by 2a. Right. Next, when equation is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, now let us learn about the nature of the roots. This is very important, about the nature of the roots. But before going to that, there is something called discriminant. Okay, discriminant, okay, which I told you when I was telling about the genesis of the complex numbers. Now discriminant is represented by this symbol delta, that is discriminant. Okay, discriminant, okay, and that is given by b square minus 4ac. The value of discriminant is b square minus 4ac, that is here, okay, which you can see it here, okay. Now suppose the value of b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, if delta is equal to 0, then the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will have real and equal roots. Real and equal roots, very important this concept. And also ABC, all the three will be real. If delta is greater than 0, here also we will have real roots, real but distinct roots, real and distinct roots. That means what? Here also the roots will be a real number, but they are not equal. Okay, one of the roots is 2 means another root will be 5. One of the root is root 3 means another root will be 3, something like that. Okay, it will not be equal. Distinct means separate. I mean distinct means different. Okay. Next thing you must understand is if delta is less than 0. This is where we dealt with the chapter of complex numbers. Okay. This is where we dealt with the chapter of complex numbers. Here roots are non-real. Roots are non-real complex numbers. Complex numbers. And the roots are conjugate to each other, and the roots are, each of the roots is conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. Okay, conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other means what? If one of the root is 2 plus 3i, then another root is 2 minus 3i. That is the conjugate. Got it? This is it about when we talk about discriminant. Next, another concept you have to understand is, this is about nature of discriminant. Next, you have to understand relation between roots and coefficient. Relation between roots and coefficients. This will be useful even in the next chapter. Relation between roots and coefficient. Suppose the quadratic expression that is given is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, let alpha, beta be the roots of, suppose here the power is 2, then that means what? It will have two roots, right? That means it will have two roots. Let alpha, beta be the roots of the equation, be the roots of the equation. Okay, then sum of the roots is given by alpha plus beta is given by minus b by a. This you have to remember, very important result. Then product of the root, this is sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is given by alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Next, product of the roots, friends. Product of the roots is given by alpha beta is equal to just it is c by a. Okay. For a quadratic expression, if alpha and beta are roots of the equation, then sum of the roots is given by alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and product of the roots is given by alpha beta, that is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Suppose if we have a cubic expression, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. So since we have cubic expression, that means we have three roots. That let the roots be alpha, beta, gamma be its roots. So here what will happen to this thing? So we will have three relations here. One is sum, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma. This will be equal to what, friend? This will be equal to, here also it is minus b by a. Okay, so you will be having, next is product of two roots, sum of the product of two roots, combined, that is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha or alpha gamma. Okay, whatever it is, alpha gamma. So this will be equal to what, friend? This will be equal to c by a. Next, product of the roots. Product of the roots is given by that is it is given by alpha beta gamma. Alpha into beta into gamma is given by minus d by a. So first one will be minus, plus, minus. It will be the same pattern of the sign will be the same. Okay, first it will be minus, plus, minus, then again plus. If it is for what? If it is biquadratic expression, or if it is an expression having power of 5, then this sign will be like minus, plus, like that. Okay, it will be varying like that. I hope it is clear now. Now another thing that they will ask is, they will ask you to find the maximum and minimum value of the quadratic expression. Maximum and minimum value. Okay, maximum and minimum value. So friends, when we are talking about maximum and minimum value, what will happen is, first you have to look at the quadratic expression that is given. Suppose the quadratic expression that is given is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 if a is positive. That is, a means what? The coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x square is positive, that is I can say that it is A is greater than 0. If A is greater than 0, that is if A is positive, then it is having a minimum value. It is the quadratic expression is having an absolute minimum value. It is not having a maximum value. Then it is having an the expression it has absolute minimum. If it is positive, minimum. If it is negative, maximum. You have to remember like this. It is opposite. If it is positive, if A is positive, it is having minimum. It is having absolute minimum. Okay. At what point? At x is equal to minus b by 2a. Okay. See, here I told you when I was talking about discriminant, here when delta is equal to 0, they will have real and equal roots, where each root is equal to x is equal to minus b by 2a. This is the value of each of the roots. Okay. So here also you must understand the absolute minimum value will be at x is equal to minus b by 2a, and what is the minimum value? And the minimum value will be equal to, it's not just they will ask whether it is having maximum or minimum. Okay, of course you have to tell whether it is having maximum or minimum, and you have to tell what is the exact value you have to tell. What is the exact value of absolute minimum? What is the exact value of what? Absolute maximum. Got it? So, and minimum value is given by the equation 4ac minus b square by 4a. This you have to remember. Similarly, if a is less than 0, that is if coefficient of x square is less than 0, here it has absolute maximum at the same point at x is equal to minus b by 2a. Got it, friends? It is having absolute maximum at x is equal to minus b by 2a, and maximum value is given by same thing. It is 4ac minus b square by 4a. Same formula. Okay, friends, these are the concepts which should be very clear when it comes to quadratic expressions. Now we will solve the VSAQs which has been asked in previous years based on quadratic expressions. The questions are very direct and also very simple. Got it, friends? First one, they are telling if x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0 and x square minus 3x plus 3y is equal to 0, okay, have a common root, then find a. So this was asked in the year February-March 2024. There is some mistake in the question, I feel. Okay, this is not 3x, this is 3ax. This is actually, let me write down the equation. This is 3ax. Okay, make change in the question. So this will be 3ax. So let us write down the given equations. First equation that is given is x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the first equation. And the second equation that is given is x square minus 3ax. X square minus 3ax plus 35 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. Now they are telling x square, this first equation and second equation have a common root. Then we have to find the value of a. Find a, they are telling, that is this value. Okay, now first let us take the first equation. Consider equation 1. Okay, because this is a complete equation. This is having an equation in x, but here there is an unknown, that is we have to find a. So first we will take an equation which is solvable. So we will take an equation which is solvable, that is first equation, that is x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. So we will solve this by splitting the middle term, that is minus 6x is the product, minus 6x is the sum, and 5 is the product. So this can be written as x square minus 5x minus x plus 5 is equal to 0. By solving this, I can take x into x minus 5 minus x into minus 1 into x minus 5. This is what we get, minus 1 into x minus 5. So we will get x minus 5 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore x will be equal to 5, okay, or x will be equal to 1. Therefore equation 1 as either 1 or 5 as its root, either 1 or 5 as its root. Now let us take the second equation. We have to find the value of a. Suppose if 1 is the root, then we have to put the value of x is equal to 1 in second equation. So the second equation is given as what? X square minus 3ax. Very simple. X square minus 3ax. Okay, x square minus 3ax plus 35 is equal to 0. Okay, if 1 is the root, we have to put the value of 1 wherever x is there. So this will become what, friends? 1 square minus 3a into 1 plus 35 is equal to 0. So this will become 1 minus 3a plus 35 is equal to 0. So minus 3a plus 36 is equal to 0. Minus 3a is equal to minus 36. A is equal to minus 36 by minus 3. This will become plus. Okay, 3 ones are 3 12s are. So here, therefore a will be equal to 12 here. Okay, if 1 is the root. Suppose what is another root we got? If x is equal to 5 is the root. If 5 is the root. Okay, if 5 is the root, what will happen? If the root is 5, what will happen, friends? If x is equal to, if 5 is the root, just a minute. If 5 is the root, what will happen to this equation? So let us take the second equation, x square minus 3ax plus 35 is equal to 0. So wherever x is there, we have to put the value of 5. So when I put 5 here, this will become 5 square minus 3a into 5 plus 35 is equal to 0. So this will give us 25 minus 15a plus 35 is equal to 0. Solving this, we will get the value of a. So minus 15a, 35 plus 25 is 60 is equal to 0. Minus 15a is equal to minus 60. So a will be equal to 60 by 15. Okay, minus sign will be eliminated. 15 ones are 15 fours. So a will be equal to 4. So we got two values of a. We have to consider both. Therefore the value of a is equal to 4 comma 12. They can be either 4 or 12. Okay, comma, or you can write a is equal to 4 or 12. A is equal to 4 or 12. That's it. Got it, friends? This is how you solve the first question. Now I hope you understood this question. Let's move to the second question. See, find the roots of the equation x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. This was asked in March 2023. This is a very simple question. Such kind of questions are asked even in your school level. Okay, this is very simple question. You shouldn't do mistake in such questions. X square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. I mean, looking at the question, don't think what such question, easy questions they won't ask in inter. Easy questions also they ask. Don't do overthinking in such questions. Just see the question and solve it. X square, here what? Product of the roots is 12 and sum of the roots is 7. Here it is plus 12. So I should write what? X square minus 3x minus 4x plus 12 is equal to 0. So this will be x into x minus 3 minus 4 into x minus 3. So we will get it as x minus 3 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore x will be equal to 3 comma 4. Okay, these are the roots of the equation. You have to write x is equal to 3, x is equal to 4 are the roots of the equation. That's it. Let us move forward. It is the next question. See, they are telling if alpha and beta are roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c, find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. They are asking us to find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, where alpha and beta are roots of the equation. Which equation? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. While explaining the concept, I told you about sum of the roots and product of the roots relation. What do you mean by sum of the roots? Sum of the roots will be what? That is alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b by a and also product of the root is alpha beta will be equal to c by a. Okay, now let us take what is to be found. That is, they have given find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Okay, here I can take alpha beta as LCM. Okay, so this will become what, friends? This will become alpha alpha cancel, this will become beta plus here beta beta cancels, you will get alpha. So this I can rewrite it as alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. So what we got here? Here we got sum of the roots divided by product of the roots. What is sum of the roots? Sum of the roots is given by, friends, this is given by, here we got sum of the roots, here we have product of the roots. Sum of the roots is given by, friends, sum of the roots is given by minus b by a, and product of the roots is given by c by a, right? So here what is common? A is common, a is common, so I can cancel. So this will be equal to what? This will be equal to, so therefore I can write it as 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta will be equal to minus b by c, minus b by c. This is the answer. Simple, very simple. Okay, if you know the relation between sum of the roots and product of the roots, that is relation between the roots, okay, you will get this answer. Very simple question, you can solve this. Next one, find the nature of the roots of the equation. They are given an equation, find the nature of the roots. Nature of the roots means what? You have to find the discriminant, that is delta. Okay, you have to find the value of delta. So first let us write down the equation. So the given equation is 4x square minus 20x plus 25 is equal to 0. 4x square minus 20x plus 25 is equal to 0. Now let us compare it with our standard equation. What is the standard equation of quadratic expression? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So comparing the above two equations, we get what? We get the value of a. Value of a is equal to what? You have to write down all these steps, very important. Don't skip the steps. A is equal to 4, okay, and b is equal to minus 20, and c is equal to 25. Now the delta value, that is discriminant, delta is equal to how much? B square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac. So this will be equal to what? We have to find out that value. B square is what? B square is minus 20 whole square minus 4ac. 4 into a is what? Plus 4. C is what? 25. So this will be equal to what, friends? So 20 square is 400. Minus into minus will become plus 400. This is what? 25 into 4. See, this 25 into 4 is 100. So 4 into 100. This one 25 into 4 is 100. 25 into 4 is 100. 25 4 is 100. So 100 into 4 is 400. Delta will be equal to 400 minus 400. So delta will be equal to 0. That means what, friends? The delta will be equal to 0. That is discriminant value is equal to 0. That means nature of the roots. What you can comment about the nature of the roots? Nature of the roots. So you should say that a, b, c are real, okay, are real, and the equation is having what kind of roots? When determinant is equal to 0, or not determinant, sorry, discriminant is equal to 0, the equation is having what kind of roots? Real, and it is real and equal roots. It is having real and equal roots. I told you equal roots, which is equal to minus b by 2a. That you need not write. It is having real and equal roots. That's it. That's all the question is asking. Nature of the roots. Next question, friends. This is also very simple, but you may, looking at the question, it may appear complex to you, but this is also based on discriminant, and then we solve the quadratic expression like how we solve by factorization or splitting the term, middle term. See, they are telling find the values of m for which the following equation is equal roots. Okay, see here, friends, be careful. They are telling following equation is equal roots. They are only mentioning. Okay, they are only telling it is having equal roots. Okay, that means what? In the given expression, it has equal roots, means delta will be equal to 0. What is the given expression? The given equation is x square minus 15 m into 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. This is not in the standard form. Okay, we will bring it to the standard form. Okay, let me write it as x square minus 15 minus, let us multiply this, 2 into m is 2mx. Okay, minus into minus plus 8m is equal to 0. Then rearranging this, x square minus 2mx, okay, plus 8m minus 15 will be equal to 0. Now comparing this with our standard equation, what is our standard equation? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, now what is the value of a here? The value of a here is 1. Okay, if you comparing what you get, friends, on comparing we get that the value of a is equal to 1. Okay, and the value of b is equal to what? The value of b is equal to minus 2m. What is the value of c? The value of c is not just 8m, it is 8m minus 15. Very careful, be very careful. The value of c is, pay attention here, the value of c is 8m minus 15. Okay, the value of c is 8m minus 15. The value of c is 8m minus 15. Okay, now they are telling what? It is having equal roots. That means discriminant is equal to 0. So let us use that. Let us use that condition. They are telling discriminant is equal to 0. Why? They have only given it. Discriminant is equal to 0 means what? That means b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So let us put this value. Okay, let us substitute the value for this. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. B is what? Minus 2m whole square minus 4 into a. 4 into a is 1 and c is 8m minus 15 is equal to 0. Okay, so this will be 4m square minus 4 into 1 is 4. Okay, 8m minus 15 is equal to 0. So now let us further simplify. 8m square minus 4 8s are 32m, minus into minus is plus. Okay, minus into minus, this is plus. Okay, so 4 into 15 is 60 is equal to 0. But this whole entire equation we can divide it by 2. Not divided by 2, you can divide by 4. This will give us m square minus 32 by 4 is 8m plus 60 by 4 is 15 is equal to 0. So now we got a quadratic equation in m. We got a quadratic equation in terms of n. If we solve this quadratic equation, we will get the value of n. Got it, friends? So we started with discriminant is equal to 0. So first we rearrange the equation. Okay, and we equated it with our not equated, we compared it with our standard equation of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then we took the value of discriminant is equal to 0, that is already given. Then we arrived this quadratic equation in terms of m. Let us solve this now. M square minus 8m plus 15 is equal to 0. So this can be written as 8x m square minus 5m minus 3m plus 15 is equal to 0. I hope you are at inter level. I hope you know how to split the middle term. Okay, so m into m minus 5 minus 3 into m minus 5 is equal to 0. So this will give us m minus 5 into m minus 3 is equal to 0. So this will give us m is equal to 5 comma 3. So m has 2 values, that is m is equal to 5 and m is equal to 3, or m is equal to 3 or m is equal to 5. You can write it like this. So this is very simple question. So I hope it is clear. Let us move to the next question. So this is one of the type that they will give. They themselves will give the root, okay, and ask us to find the quadratic equation. Okay, and ask us to find the quadratic equation. So for this I will tell you, suppose alpha and beta are roots. Okay, alpha and beta are roots. Then you have to find the quadratic equation, means then the quadratic equation will be of a form x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. This is the equation. Okay, here you just have to substitute what is the value of alpha plus beta and what is the value of alpha beta, that is sum of the roots and product of the roots. Don't worry how this equation came. I can teach you, but that is not necessary for you. Okay, now I mean in very short answers that is not necessary. Now what is alpha beta that they have given? They have given it as 2 and 5. Let alpha be equal to 2 and beta be equal to 5. when alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to 5. So what will happen, friends? So if I substitute here, but before substitution, what we should do? Sum of the roots and product of the roots. Sum of the roots, alpha plus beta is equal to 2 plus 5. Here I am directly adding. So this I'll get it as 7. What is product of the roots? Alpha beta. Alpha beta is equal to 2 into 5. That I'll get it as 10. Now I'll substitute this value in the equation. So here I should have to write the required equation is is x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. If I substitute the value, alpha plus beta is what? 7. Alpha into beta is what? 10. So this will be equal to x square minus, what is it? Alpha plus beta is 7x. This will become 7x plus alpha beta is what, friends? It is 10. 2 into 5, 10 plus 10 is equal to 0. So this is how you form the quadratic equation when they give you the roots. Okay, that is why understanding the relation between coefficient and roots of the equation is very important. Okay, because we'll be solving a lot of questions based on this. Next question, see here, friends. They were given alpha beta are roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then find the value of 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square. So the equation that is given is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now let us see the relation between roots and coefficient, which we know that the sum of the roots, the alpha plus beta are the roots, means sum of the roots is alpha plus beta is minus b by a, and product of the roots alpha beta is what, friends? It is c by a. Got it? Alpha beta is c by a. Now they were given 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square is equal to how much they are asking. So here the LCM will be what, friends? Alpha square into beta square. It will be the LCM, alpha square beta square. Okay, so here alpha square cancels, so you will get here beta square. Okay, here beta square cancels, you will get alpha square. So this, if I rearrange, I can get it as alpha square plus beta square by alpha square beta square. By alpha square beta square. So now, friends, this, look at the numerator. Just look at the numerator. It is of the form a square plus b square. It is of the form a square plus b square. Here I'll write it. See here, friends. If I get, suppose, let me write it here, a plus b whole square can be written as a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay. Suppose I want only a square plus b square. What will this happen? This equation will become, therefore, a square plus b square can be written as a plus b whole square, a plus b whole square, a plus b whole square. This will become a plus b whole square. So if I bring it this side, 2ab will become minus 2ab. Got it? So this is of the form a square plus b square. So this will become equal to, this numerator will become equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta divided by this alpha square plus beta, alpha square into beta square, I can write it as alpha beta whole square. So now we got it in the form of alpha plus beta, alpha beta. Just we have to substitute the values. So this alpha plus beta square will become what, friends? This will become, if I put the value, minus b by a whole square minus 2 alpha beta. 2 alpha beta is what? C by a. So this will be 2 times c by a divided by alpha beta whole square. This will become c by a whole square. Okay, c by a whole square. Okay, so simplifying this, what we will get? If we simplify this further, we will get it as minus b by a whole square will become p square by a square minus 2c by a divided by c square by a square. Here if I take LCM will be a square here. So this will get it as a square, this will be b square minus a cancels, 1a will be left. So this will become 2ac by c square a square. Got it, friends? Now I can cancel this a square and this a square. So what I am left with? So finally I am left with b square minus 2ac by c square. This is equal to what? What we wanted, 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square will be equal to this value. Very simple. But here the most important thing that you have to remember is this step. Okay, you have to remember this formula. Okay, I hope you have learned it in your previous classes or lower classes, but you have to remember this. Okay, then only you will be able to solve. Got it, friends? Next one. If you know these formulas, then whether they give 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square, or if they give 1 by alpha cube plus 1 by beta cube, 1 by alpha to the power of 4 by plus 1 by beta to the power of 4, it doesn't matter. Okay, next thing, they have given if x square minus 6x plus y is equal to 0 and x square minus 12x plus p is equal to 0 have a common root. They are asking us to find p. This is similar to the first question which we solved. So let us solve this. So first thing that they have given is, first equation is x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. This is the, let us consider it as first equation. Second equation that they have given is x square minus 12x plus p is equal to 0. This is the second equation. Okay, so consider equation 1. Consider equation 1. Consider equation 1. So considering equation 1, what we have, friends, x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. So we have to solve this equation. So we have to get the product as 5 and sum as minus 6. So this we can write it as x square minus 5x minus x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this will be equal to x into x minus 5, okay, plus 1 into x minus 5. Okay, instead of plus 1 I can write it as minus 1. Better I'll write it here, it should be minus 1. Okay, this will be minus 1. Minus 1 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we'll get x is equal to x minus 5 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x will be equal to 5 or x will be equal to 1. Therefore equation 1 has either 1 or 5 as its root. Okay, but they are telling both equation 1 and equation 2 have a common root. If 1 is the common root, so let us consider second equation. Now if 1 is the common root, what will happen? The second equation is what? Second equation that is given is x square minus 12x plus p is equal to 0. X square minus 12x plus p is equal to 0. So here wherever x is there, we have to put the value of x is equal to 1. If 1 is the common root, this will become 1 square minus 12 into 1 plus p is equal to 0. So 1 minus 12 plus p is equal to 0. Okay, so this will be minus 11 plus p is equal to 0. So here p will be, the value of p will be equal to 11. Okay, now suppose another root we got is x is equal to 5. If 5 is the common root, what will happen? If 5 is the common root, okay, if 5 is the common root, what will happen? Okay, if 5 is the common root, what will happen? Just substitute the value of 5 wherever x is there. So substitute the value of 5 wherever x is there. So this will become what, friends? So x square minus 12x plus p is equal to 0. Okay, so now wherever x is there, I have to put the value of 5. So consider this, 5 square minus 12 into 5 plus p is equal to 0. So this will become 25. 12 5 is 60 plus p is equal to 0. So 60 minus 25 is how much? This will be 35. This will be minus 35 plus p is equal to 0. The value of p will be equal to 35. Okay, so the value of p is equal to what? So p is equal to 11 or 35. These are the two values it will have. Got it, friends? These are the two values it is going to have. Fine. Next question. Find the maximum or minimum values of the following expression as x values over r. R means real number. So what is the equation that they have given? The equation that they have given is expression. Let us consider it as equation. 2x minus 5 minus 3x square is the expression that they have given. Fine. Okay. Is equal to 0. Now minus, let us rearrange it into standard form. Minus 3x square minus plus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Let us compare with our standard equation. Ax square plus, even without comparing you will understand here directly. You can see ax square plus bx is 2, not 7. Ax square ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here the value of a is what? A is equal to minus 3. So a is what? Negative. A is less than 0. That means this is having the equation as absolute maximum. Okay, absolute maximum. Okay, since a is negative, the equation has absolute maximum. Okay, maximum value will be equal to what? Maximum value will be equal to, okay, 4ac minus b square by 4a. But here by comparing we will get to know that a is equal to minus 3 and b is equal to 2 and c is equal to how much? C is equal to minus 5. Substituting these values we will get the value of maximum value. So that is equal to what? 4, a is what? Minus 3 and c is what? C is minus 5. C is minus 5 and b is, what is the value of b? Value of b is 2 plus 2. So 2 square by 4 times a. 4 times a is what? A is minus 3. So this will be equal to what, friends? 3 5s are 15, 15 4s are 60, plus minus into minus is plus. So this will be 60 minus 4. This will be 4 3s are 12. Okay. So let us check again. B square is, b is 2 and c is minus 5 divided by 4a. Okay, divided by 4a. Divided by 4a. 4ac minus b square by 4a. Okay. So 3 5s are 15, 15 4s are 60 minus b is plus 2x. Right? B is plus 2x. This will be 4. 4 3s are minus 12. So this will be what, friends? 60 minus 4 is 56 by minus 12. Okay, by minus 12. So that will be equal to what? If I divide by what? If I divide by 4, 14 4s are 56. This will be 14. This will be 3. So the value of this will be 14 by 3. Got it, friends? This is how you find the maximum value. Okay, this is how you find the maximum value. This is how you find the maximum value. So the answer is minus 14 by 3. This is the answer, friends. Minus 14 by 3. So when a is negative, you will get the maximum value, and when a is positive, you will get the positive value. Okay, I mean we will get the what? Minimum value. This you have to remember very carefully. Got it, friends? So next, one of the question is given. You have to find the set of solutions. You have to find the set of solutions of the given equation by algebraic method. You have to find the set of solutions of the given equation by algebraic method. Now, one more thing. Here you must understand 2x minus 5 minus 3x square. Let us check the question. But actually in the question that they are given, it is not minus 5, it should be plus 5. Okay, that is what I was checking. It should be not minus 5, it should be plus 5. Okay, this should be plus 5, this will be plus 5. Here also it will be plus 5. So C will be equal to plus 5 itself. Okay, C will be equal to plus 5. Let us change this. So slight change we have to make in this question. So this will become equal to plus 5. So this is plus 5. C is equal to plus 5. So C will be equal to plus 1 because why I checked is the maximum value cannot be negative. Got it? Now if we substitute the values, this will become plus 5. Okay, now this will be minus, so now this will change to so friends, this will become minus 60 minus 4 is minus 64 by minus 12. Okay, so minus minus cancels, let it be here, minus minus cancels, so this will be minus 64 by 12 is, this is 16 4s are 64, okay, and 4 16s are 64 and 4 3s are 12, this will be plus. So the answer to this question is, the maximum value is how much? The maximum value will be equal to, the maximum value will be equal to 16 by 3. Therefore maximum value will be equal to 16 by 3. This is how you solve this question. So one thing you have to pay attention is whether A is positive or A is negative. If A is positive, it is having minimum value. If A is negative, it is having maximum value. I am repeating again and again so that you don't get confused. So last question when it comes to very short answer questions. So find the set of solutions of the equation x to the power of 2, that is x square plus x minus 12 is less than or equal to 0 by algebraic method. Let me check the question whether it is correct. Yes, it is correct. So the given equation is, this is asked in May 18 and also 15. So this is a very important question. So x square plus x minus 12 is less than or equal to 0 by algebraic method. So let us take the equation first. So x square plus x minus 12 is less than 0. We have to take it first less than 0. Okay, got it friends? First step you have to take it less than 0. Initially you should take the less than 0 and the final step will change it. Okay, now this is product is what? Product is minus 12 and sum is equal to 1 plus 1. So I'll take it as x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 12 is what? Is less than 0. So this I can write it as x into x plus 4 minus x into, or I can take it as minus 3x, minus 3. Here I should take minus 3. So this will be equal to minus 3 into x plus 4 is less than 0. So this will become x plus 4 into x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, now this value of x will range from this, because this will become x will be equal to minus 4, here x will be equal to plus 3. So the value of x will range from, you have to see here, the value of x will range from the x will be greater than minus 4, okay, greater than minus 4 but less than or equal to 3, less than or equal to 3. X will be greater than minus 4 but less than or equal to 3. Okay, not just greater, it is equal also, because we are getting exactly equal, right friends? Because it will be here, if we equal it to 0, x will be equal to minus 4 and x will be equal to 3. So x will range between minus 4 and plus 3, that is not just between, including minus 4 and 3. You must learn in sets, that is x belongs to here, x belongs to here, not open bracket, close bracket, close bracket, close bracket, minus 4 comma 3. Okay, got it friends? So x is, just for illustration I am telling you, this is the meaning. Okay, where x is greater than minus 4, greater than or equal to minus 4, less than 3. So that's all friends. Okay, I hope this chapter is clear when it comes to short answer question, that is quadratic expression. Thank you so much for attending the session. Please leave your feedback in the comment section. Watch, like and subscribe and share it with your friends so that it will be helpful for them also. Alright friends, I'll wind up the session now. Let's meet in tomorrow's session where we will be dealing with the next chapter, that is theory of equations. Thank you friends.